Girls suck, and why do guys have to do all the work? This is what I hear all the time in the comments from you for years. And I get it. I get it. You are listening to a channel on advice for guys to do something, to take action on getting a girl interested and doing all the things that you would need to do to build yourself up, work on your self-esteem, work on the techniques, etc., etc., etc. So I understand you. I get how it looks like all the guys have to do all the work. So that's what I want to be talking today on this video about, okay, is the fact that guys are saying this, but it's actually not true. So what I need to do here is I need to shift your perspective. First of all, there are a ton of books, there's a ton of YouTube channels that are all dedicated to helping women in the dating advice arena. You might not know that. So while you're thinking that the guy has to do everything, that's not true. A lot of women are working on this area too. Now you might be thinking, well, Tripp, that doesn't make any sense because we're the one who has to approach. We're the one who has to start the conversation. We're the one who has to work on continuing the conversation. We're the ones who have to build attraction. We're the ones who have to ask the girl for the date, make the first move, go for the kiss. Yes, I understand that. And the reason why I believe you should be doing that, which you don't have to, by the way, but you should be doing that is because you making those first moves are masculine traits. That's a masculine trait to be making those first moves and showing dominance. So that's why I'm always telling you to do that. But here's the thing. Here's the big point here, is that no matter what, you working hard on this, becoming an attractive guy, working on all these things that I'm telling you about in over 500 videos, if you are with a girl and she acts in a way that you don't like, she does something to turn you off, she says something that you're like, what is she talking about? She's acting like a jerk. You don't need to be with her. You don't need to see her again, okay? This channel is not about how to deal with women when they act mean to you or act like jerks, okay? Yes, women can be jerks. Yes, men can be jerks. You know, I get a lot of comments below saying, oh, well, why do we have to do all this stuff? We put women on the pedestal because they act like this, they act like this, they act like this. These are generalizations. If you actually believe that every woman acts like the way you think they're acting like a jerk or they're using men, yeah, men do a lot of that crap too. There's a lot of people in this world who are doing a lot of things that are not good, okay? But that has nothing to do with what we're talking about here. Okay, you are trying to attract a girl and you get to the point where you are getting to know her. It's about getting to know her. If you go up to a girl and approach her and conversation is lame or she's boring or she says something that you don't like, you don't need to sit there and continue to attract her. You can move on. So no, I'm not putting any girls on a pedestal. I don't think women are better than you. I don't think you are better than women. Everyone, I believe, is on the equal plane and everyone is doing their part in attraction. Girls are doing their part, you're doing your part, okay? That's how it goes. You were going up and approaching a girl because you're physically attracted to her. So maybe she did something and worked really hard on looking really pretty that day. Girls spend a lot of money, a lot of time on makeup and looking good, all that stuff. But that's only part of the battle. I'm not just saying women are all looks and it should just because she's attractive. But I know that's why you're probably going up and starting the conversation because you're initially physically attracted. But then you go up and talk to her to test out if she is more than her looks, if she is someone that's interesting to talk to. Now I'm going to cut here for a second and go to a comment that I read down below that I'm going to read off to you and kind of answer some questions that have to do exactly with this. Boris Roosevelt, and if you're watching right now, it's good to have you here. He said, hey Tripp, your videos are great. You help me realize many things. Thank you. You're doing an amazing job. Thanks, buddy. Even if we do everything as it should be, as you are teaching us, as it is written in tons of books, there can be always a case that the woman is a jerk. And guys need to realize this and not to worry about what I did wrong again, putting guilt on ourselves and losing even more confidence if there's any left after such a bad experience. So let me attack this real quickly. Yes, a lot of my videos, what I say to do is to not play victim mentality because that's very bad. No matter what, that is always very bad. You never want to say, oh, boo-hoo, this person did this to me, this person did this to me. It should always be in your control. Now, I'm not saying that because something went wrong in a relationship that it's always going to be your fault, but what I am saying is for you to question yourself. What can you do better next time? I know that's very hard. That's very hard to say that when you get rejected over and over and you're just really angry at women for doing something bad to you. You're thinking, how can I keep on putting this on me and putting it on me? I'm not saying you should feel guilt or blame or upset about it. I'm telling you to look at this more logically, more systematically. You asking yourself, what can I do better? If there is something I can do better next time, what could it be? Okay, maybe you come to the conclusion that there's nothing you can think of. At least you tried. But what I'm asking you is to really go into that really dark, difficult place and say, what can I do better? Because there's always something. Sometimes the thing that you could do better is leave early. Maybe the fact that it didn't work out in a relationship or wasn't working out in dating, maybe you just need to leave. Maybe you just need to not be with that person anymore because they're not someone that you want to be with. Well, then it's on you. Then it's on you to be the one to take control and say, this isn't working out anymore because I'm not being treated very well. So there's always an answer. There's always something that you can do. I'm not saying you put yourself down for something you did wrong. I'm saying, what can you do to make any situation just a little bit better? That was a rant. I want to hear your comments down below. I know you got something, so let's talk down below in the comments. I want to hear what you have to say, and I want to get involved in this because this is something that's very important to me that you need to understand. Again, everyone should be treated as equals. You're doing all this stuff that you see on my channel to work on yourself to be a better guy, a better human, and therefore, and then end up attracting another great human. Hope you learned something. See you in the comments. Peace.